Hello guys, and welcome to the first episode of the Smith London Coffee Project. Basically, my name's Hugh Smith. I like coffee and I live in London. So how this video is going to work is today I'm going to be reviewing the lightest roast available from Monmouth coffee shop in Seven Dials in Covent Garden. Amazing coffee shop. So I'm going to be reviewing that in two different ways. I'm doing a little cupping, which isn't strictly the right way to cup, but we'll get there eventually. And then I'm doing sort of a real world review as well. So I'm going to be doing how I would taste coffee myself in the morning. So my kettle has just boiled. That was that little tick earlier. So first off, I'm going to add some just off the boiled water to around 18 grams of medium grind sized coffee. So it's sort of the consistency of a grain of sand. That's what we're looking for. So I have my hot water. I'll just put this in here. I'll fill it up to the top and just stir it a little. And then that's lovely. So after I've agitated it just a little bit, I'm going to leave that there, and we're going to come back to it in about 5 minutes so I can take the crust off, and I'll give you some of the tasting notes, guys. See you in 5 minutes. Well, it's been 5 minutes since I put my hot water in. It's just been sitting there 5 minutes. And an interesting note about this this coffee. I know this is my first cupping I've ever done, but we can learn together, so why not? But the first thing I've noticed is the difference in smell. That's the first thing I usually notice about coffee, it's the smell. When I first put the hot water in, it was very acidic and strong, but now it's amazing. It's just got so much better, more mellow, I would say. So now what I'm going to do, guys, is a little crust has formed on top, and all the big bits of coffee go to the top, and they float there. So I'm going to have to get them off with my cheap tasting spoon. So I'm just going to remove my grinds from the top. And now I'm going to go in and just sip a tiny amount off the spoon without any grinds in it. Maybe if I just angle the cup slightly different angle, I'll be able to get some more. There we go. That's a strong amount. Since this is a light roast, I'm just going to sort of look at it on the spoon before I taste it and give it a quick smell again. See, yeah, it's lost a lot of its aroma quite quickly, but it's what I expect from a light roast, I suppose. And I'll just sort of give it a try. Yeah. See, that surprises me for such a light roast, the intensity of the flavour, actually. That's quite an experience. I was not expecting something that flavourful, to be honest. That's quite amazing. I'll just give it another go. Might have to give it another go straight away, guys. That's fascinating. I'm not sure which particular notes I'm getting. I won't lie to you. This isn't about me saying whether the coffee is good or bad. It's just me trying to describe it as best I can for you guys, so you can go out and try it yourselves. So I have to look into this one a little bit more, do a few more tastings, and maybe another video comparing all of them. So I've got a light, medium and a dark. It might be quite interesting to do a tasting where I've got all three so I can compare the different notes. But yes, that's a good coffee, I would say. Well, good is a bad description, but it's a complex coffee for such a light roast, I would say. Yes, so that's that. So now, guys, what we're going to do is I'm going to make a cafetiere coffee with the same roast, so 18 grams again. I'm going to put them in here, and we're going to come back in a minute. I've put it in the cup. I'm going to taste the finished product. Hello again, guys, and now we are going to do the cafetiere. So I'll just let it brew, so I'm going to pour it down, pour it out even. I've just thought of something as well. And I've already tried it black in the tasting, but I'm going to try it black in the cup as well before we add any milk or sugar. Just for the sake of argument, see if I can get any new tasting notes out. So I'm going to smell it as well before And it's hard to find the right words to describe that smell. It's unique. You see, some dark roasts, which I prefer in the mornings, I really do like a dark coffee. But I think this would be nice as a after meal coffee. Definitely. I think it would be too light for it. Espresso martini would be overpowered by the other things in the cocktail. But it's definitely a very, very interesting light blend. Just from the smell, guys, just from the smell, it's quite amazing what you can get out of it. Just going to go for a sip now. Now, I think that's my fault. What I've done there is I've under-extracted the coffee. I think now either I didn't brew my coffee for long enough or the grind size wasn't the right amount, but I think not enough flavours coming through that. I think that is my fault, but we'll learn together, guys. I'm going to get better at this as you get better at this. So give another smell. Yeah. It's hard to pin it down, guys. It's hard to pin down what I'm actually getting there. There's a sweetness, which will be very different when I add the sugar, but it's a natural sweetness. It's a coffee sweetness, which doesn't hit your tongue straight away. It's slightly sort of an aftertaste of this after sweet taste. It's very interesting. That is delicious. So, guys, there we have it, the black coffee. Now, what we're going to do, controversial, but I'm going to show you how I like my coffees in the morning, and add a little touch of milk. And half a teaspoon sugar. Just not very much, because it's not a big cup. Just going to stir that around. And I'm going to try it again, just with that tiny addition of milk and sugar, just to see what I'm going to get. So here goes. Cheers. Actually, I won't lie, guys. That's my mistake there. I think I can tell from this. I've under extracted the coffee and I've put in a little bit too much milk and sugar from that. I shouldn't have messed around with that. I think I preferred this one black, which does just go to show the amazing coffee from Monmouth. I preferred that without the sugar and the milk in it. That's insane. It's a funny little story about Monmouth. One of their coffee shops is in Monmouth Street in Covent Garden near Seven Dials, and I used to go to the barbers opposite it called what's they called? Murdoch. We used to go to Murdoch, and I used to go to Murdoch, so I used to see people. These queues outside Monmouth are huge. So I used to think, how can coffee be that good? Up to that point, I'd just been drinking Starbucks. So I went in finally one day after a haircut, and it was absolutely incredible. It's a pour over coffee. It's just their house coffee that they recommended to me, but that was absolutely amazing. I think this goes to show how good coffee can be when you've got a little bit of time to fully extract it like I didn't and not mess it around with any sugar or milk. Cheers, guys. Hello again, guys. Yeah, thanks for watching that video on Monmouth's light roast. Just to let you know about next week's video, it's going to be a medium roast, then a dark roast the week after that, plain, I'll wait for that to go past, and then hopefully the week after the dark roast I'm going to go into London and try the coffee from the coffee shop itself. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and just to let you know, these videos are going to get better and better every week as I learn more about coffee. You learn more about coffee, so you can sort of try the coffee I'm trying at home and see if we can get any different sort of flavour notes. These coffee videos shouldn't be about whether I like a coffee or whether I don't like a coffee. That's not relevant. It's just what London has to offer and what it tastes like. And then maybe if you like what I'm saying, you could buy the coffee as well. It's just to showcase what London has to offer in terms of coffee. And I think it shows just from that one video that I just did that Monmouth in Seven Dials is just incredible. You don't need to add anything to it, any additives. You just don't need it. The coffee is, the natural sweetness in the coffee is amazing if you give it a bit of time. So thanks for watching, guys. If you know anyone that likes coffee, maybe share this video with them, and yeah, like, and maybe give us a little comment as well. Give me any tips, because I'm still learning coffee. I'm relatively new to it, and it'll be highly appreciated. So thank you, guys, and well, cheers.